Hello, good afternoon, happy Thursday. Welcome to Chocolate One. My name's Beth Hitchcock. I'm an independent designer with Couture. And hey, we already went live. I'm loving this. If you're coming in and joining me, grab a cold drink and sit back, relax, and let's relax and accept the crazy. I was going to say enjoy the crazy, but you can accept it or you can enjoy it. It's your choice. Couture is a high-end DIY home decor company where we use these beautiful reusable silkscreen transfers. They're reusable 8 to 12 times with good care. And I'll show you what we're going to do with this as far as that's concerned when we're doing an inking project tonight. We're going to ink this on a t-shirt. So if you ever have questions, don't hesitate to message me or leave me a comment and I'll be sure to get in touch with you. So the first thing we have to do when we're inking is, let me go here so I can catch comments. Let me turn that off. Oh, I have my tea today. It is hot again, but not quite as hot as it has been. So the first thing we're going to do is put our ink mat in our t-shirt. And that's to prevent bleeding. These are sticky, and oops, a little water on that, or probably tea. When these after you've used these for a while, the lint from your material starts to stick to that. And what I did was I took some window cleaner, I'm cutting my head off, took some window cleaner, sprayed it on there, let it sit for 2 minutes, maybe 3. And then I took our paste scraper and I just pushed all that lint off, and it just balled up on the end of this, and it rejuvenated the stick in this. So there's a quick tip for you. So yeah, so it's still warm here, but it's not, we didn't even have to turn the AC on today. I think it only got into the high 80s. So we're okay with that, and it's been cooling off a little bit at night. Smoke wasn't too bad today in the air, so that was a blessing. So I just get my t-shirt. I like to have the seams centered so that my design goes on evenly. There we go. And I'm going to scoot this up a little bit further. So what this ink mat does is it prevents the ink from going through to the other side. I may have said that already. And it holds my material in place, so nothing shifts around. There's my seams on the side. That's pretty good. There we go. Okay. And then you just push it down and it smooths out. Don't want any wrinkles in it. And you don't want to, let me see if that's going to work, if I need to pull it down a little bit. You don't want to stretch your material because that will affect your design also. Let me just pull this down just a little bit here. You're going to see that this is a really quick project. There we go. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best time to do my lives. It seems like more folks have been able to hop on like at the 5 o'clock hour, 5:30. So I'm trying that. I'll try that this week, and we'll switch it around and see. I might do a little bit different, different days of the week. So, but I do appreciate your comments. Oh, I should share this. Hold on one second. Let's see. There we go. Share to group. we're going to share that. Where'd my glasses go? There they are. I'm going to share it to my VIP group. There's that. And then let me go back here and I can share to individual people. Who else? Jeannie might like to watch. That's good. We'll go with that and see if anybody pops on. So, what do you do to relax and accept the crazy that happens in life? I'm going to go down 3 fingers. So it's going to be about there. So it's about 1 inch from the seam there. What do I do? Oh, I do chalk couture. I love it. I come in here once a day and I get to spend time with some fun people on my chat, and I get to create beautiful things for my home, for gifts. I think this is going to be a gift. And when you're inking, you don't fuzz like when we're doing paste. Because you want it to stick really good. Does that look even? It does, I think. I'm going to come down just. This is a nice sticky one. It's brand new. I'm going to put the top of this transfer right at the top of that seam, and that should do it. You know, sometimes in life you don't have control of what's happening, so I think this is good advice. And this is, you know, just coming out of the pandemic, we can all relate to the craziness that happened. And it's still happening in some places. All right, so I'm just pressing it out, pressing out the air in it. I don't want any air in my silk screen. And I've chosen 2 colors, and I'm wondering if I want something, let me think. That ocean mist would be really pretty on this, because it's a pretty blue. Make sure, yep, my screen is down there. Let me just think for a second over here what I have. Lots of white, I don't know. I've chosen, I was going to use Marvelous for the little heart here, and Almond. Because Almond, and this is kind of a slate gray, I would say, colored t-shirt. And this almond would look good on it. I like beige and almond together. I think we'll go with what my original thought was. You never know. I have my heat press here. I'll turn that on, so I'll get to show you. I'll get to show you everything from start to finish. Oh, look, this is new. So I open these away from my project, so in case the ink splatters, it doesn't splatter on my project, because there's always some on the lid. Let me scrape that into the jar. The other thing I need to do is get a wet wipe out. You want to have that handy, so when you get little bits of ink on your fingertips, you can wipe it off. So that looks good. And let me open the pink. That looks good. I'm going to stir these just to make sure that the pigments are mixed nicely together, and they seem to be. I'm telling you, this ink is the best consistency ever. I I love doing ink projects. And let's just stir up this almond since it was brand new. It's kind of a, it's really a, like almost a very, very, very light, what do you think? I kind of, it's got a little bit of yellow tint in it. I like it. So excited. My launch day shipment comes tomorrow. Super excited. Okay, so I'm going to do all the letters the same color, the almond, and then we'll do the heart. So I just dip my squeegee in. When I'm inking, what I like to do is start above where the silk screen is. So start on the green and pull down and go one direction. And just scrape it down and then scrape it off. And then when we go to lift up, I'll show you, we go real slow so that we have a chance to go back and hit any areas that need more ink or didn't get hit. Sometimes when you're putting a light color on a dark fabric, oh, be careful not to go into the heart, Beth, you have to go over it a second time just to cover it, to give a nice coverage of that color. And same like with our chalking, you you get rid of those, you want to get rid of those harsh lines. And I try to go in a vertical direction. These big font letters, I think ink a lot better than the little tiny skinny font that we have in some of our transfers. And you have lots of time when you're inking to, you don't have to worry about your ink drying on your project like we do with paste. And it looks like our Wi-Fi is holding pretty good. That's awesome. The rest of this C. Then I'll go back through and get those harsh lines off that I was talking about. Those are your squeegee marks. Put your excess ink back in your jar. Save all that good stuff for another project. Now this would be a really good first time inking project because the font is really large. All right, let's grab another squeegee and we'll get our Marvelous on there, and that darling little heart. Do that one more time. Because I really want good coverage on that little pink guy. All right, let me see. I see gray showing through, so I might go ahead just right now and just put a second layer of ink over our letters up here to really hit it good. I want that to really pop. fabric is soaking the ink up, so that's good. Not sure, I guess sometimes there's natural distressing in the letters, and that might be what I'm seeing there. A little green speck. It doesn't take very much at all. I had a feeling that means Susie's home, or maybe UPS is coming early, I don't know. Okay, now I'm going back through over those squeegee lines again. Make sure you get the right color back in the right jar. That sounds like a Susie bark. They love it when their sister comes home. All right, back over that. There, that looks good. I'm going to wipe my fingers off. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to slowly peel this up, and if we have to go back over anything, we'll be able to do that. That is a really sticky transfer. Looks good so far. Looks good. It came out really good, you guys. We hit it good. Okay, I'm gonna wash this in my tray right here. No, I'm not, because all of my, darn it, all of my board erasers are in the kitchen. I'll let that dry there. Put those away, then close up all of your stuff so you don't end up getting any ink where you don't want it. I'm going to get my heat tool. I'm going to dry this. Starting to heat up in here now. You'll just dry this. You dry it till you can touch it tacky and it doesn't stick to your finger. We put 2 coats on there, so hi Mitzi. Monica. Are you accepting the crazy today? I can still see some. I'll show you when I hold it up. I could, after it's dried and heat set even, I could go and lay that transfer back down and even put another layer on because I can still see the gray fabric, not fabric, but the tone, I guess I would call it, kind of showing through. It looks like, you know, it looks like chalk on a chalkboard, so because of the color of the t-shirt, it's kind of nice. I'm getting there. I think we're just about there. A little bit over here still, maybe. I leave my ink mat in there while I'm drying just so, because this is a low heat. If I was using a heat gun, I probably would take it out, but it's kind of risky business pulling it out when this is all wet on here. You can flip it over really easily and smear your design, so I prefer to do it this way. I love this little heat tool that we have. I think we're good there. I have my heat press. I'll hold it up with the thing in so you can see what we have so far. It's cute, isn't it? I love that. I love that. What color was that? Almond? I love this almond color. Yeah, that is nice. Pull this out now carefully because your ink mat's going to have ink on it. There we go. I'll set this over here and wipe my fingers off again so I don't touch anywhere I don't want to be. And grab my towel. Here it is. I just use a bath towel folded, and I go right on top of my my table or my self-healing mat. It can buckle a little bit, stay on, but it goes right back down flat. Okay, and so then what we're gonna do is our parchment paper. Always use parchment paper, not wax paper. I'm going to heat set it. With a heat press, you do it for 30 seconds. If you're an iron, if you're using your iron, does anybody iron anymore? I don't. If you're using your iron, you move it around on top of the parchment paper for 4 minutes. And then you heat set both sides. So that'd be 8 minutes total for your iron, and it's a minute total for your heat press. Yeah, it looks like we got it pretty good. I'll do a little bit more over here. Might have missed this spot. So it's 30 seconds on all areas of your design. Okay. All right, and then what I do, I turn it over, I put the paper there. On t-shirts you can turn them inside out. Some things I just do, actually I'm going to put the paper on top of the ink here. On like the bags that I do sometimes, I'll just flip the whole thing over and not turn it inside out. Okay. And then we're almost done. It's super fast, super easy. Like I said, this is a good one for beginners to try inking on. Sometimes it's kind of scary because you know it's permanent, but you can, you know, go to the thrift store and buy a t-shirt there for 50 cents and practice on it. It's great. Once you get your confidence level up, it's so fun. I love inking. They make great gifts. Now I save this, fold it back up, and save it. There we go. Super cute. That came out really good. All right. So that's the crazy for tonight. All right, you guys. I will be back tomorrow, probably about the same time, I hope. And until we talk again, take care.